2 games, 2 pitchers duels. Now it's time for somebody to win the series. From Carolina Softball Stadium at Beckham Field, it's Game 3 between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Aggies from Texas A&M. Hi, everyone. Brad Muller alongside the All-American Dr. Megan Matthews-Bunting. Thanks so much for joining us here this afternoon. Well, if you like pitching and defense, you've loved this series so far. What are we going to see in Game 3?
Yeah, you're speaking my language. Love pitching. Both teams have been fantastic in the circle, and it may come down to who blinks first or more likely which offense strings together some hits. Neither team has had to go to their bullpen yet, which is fantastic. Now, yesterday in Game 2, A&M Sydney's Lessentine allowed just 3 hits and 1 run, and she didn't allow South Carolina to have multiple base runners in the same inning. But South Carolina actually got a great effort from Emma Friedel in the circle. She tied a season high with 9 strikeouts. Now, back up to Game 1 on Friday, it was A&M Sydney Peters and South Carolina's Jory Hurd. They combined for 12 strikeouts in their complete game in a win for South Carolina. We're actually going to see that matchup again today.
Yeah, the 2 teams have combined for a total of just 7 runs in 2 games, despite the great pitching. 6 of the 7 runs coming off home runs. Yesterday was A&M's Michaela Ward blasting her 19th of the year in the 4th inning. Tori Ensley had 2 of South Carolina's 3 hits yesterday, including a solo shot in the bottom of the 4th. It was her 11th of the year. In the circle for the Gamecocks for the 2nd time this weekend, it's the senior Jory Hurd.
Yeah, and today is actually Jory Hurd Day, so we expect to see high velocity. She mixes a curve, a drop, a rise ball. She will throw fast up in the zone as well, and then, of course, the changeup.
She was the winning pitcher for the Gamecocks on Friday night. Gets her 2nd start here. You see her numbers from Game 1. 6 strikeouts in a complete game effort, just the 1 run. As Kennedy Powell takes to the plate, the 3rd baseman. Powell transferred from UCLA a few years back in her 3rd season at Texas A&M. There's Maya Perez, who's reached in 51 straight games now for the Aggies. Infield in. Powell 4 for 8 with 3 doubles in the series.
Talk about an excellent leadoff hitter.
Yep, hitting over 400 and 422. 6th in the SEC, coming into the weekend in runs, 2nd in hits. Fouled off, stays alive, still a ball and 2 strikes. Gamecocks, same setup defensively. Outfield left to right, Quincy Lelio, Tori Ensley, Jamie McKay. Infield 3rd to 1st, Natalie Heath, Jay Anderson, Carly Shelton, Ariana Rohde, and Lexi Winters catching Jory Hurd. Another 1-2 to Kennedy Powell. Ooh, fouled it off their instep, it looked like. She's all right. She doesn't have one of the shin guards, the drippy shin guards that a lot of folks wear.
I know. I'm going to give you props for that. That does hurt, though. You know, especially, you know, I know it deflected off the bat, but you hit it right down into your foot. You just had to take a minute, Brad. Take a breath.
Yes. Good at bat here. Another 1-2.
Woo.
Just missed.
You can see Hurd's throwing her changeup early. That's a great spot for that. She's ahead in the count. That's a tough pitch to take.
Michael Thibodeau, your home plate umpire today. Ronald Burkhart, the 1st base umpire. Vince Price, the 3rd base umpire. And Gamecock fans thought that was strike 3. Now it's a full count. Yesterday, both pitchers did an outstanding job of getting the top corners of the plate. We're consistently hitting that spot and consistently getting the call. Payoff pitch, hit in the air to right field. Jamie McKay is there, and there's one away. So a good battle, but Powell is retired. Kelsey Mathis, the center fielder, stands in. Yeah, it has been pitching dominated this weekend. Gamecocks won Friday night's game 3-1. Texas A&M won yesterday 2-1 to even the series. Just 7 runs between the 2 teams, and there you go.
Yeah, South Carolina, you know, we talked about A&M has solid pitching. They've been solid for a long time. Have had a great season so far. And for South Carolina, it's been a little bit of up and down, but lately the pitchers have really come to, especially Jory Hurd. Coach Chastain Woodard talked about how Jory Hurd has taken this team up on her shoulders and is trying to carry them. But at the same time, it's not realistic for Hurd to pitch every inning of the rest of the games that the South Carolina has. And so you're looking for, pitchers coming out of the bullpen to eat up some innings, and they got that from Friedel. So it seemed that in yesterday's game with the 9 strikeouts, she did a great job.
Yeah, it was the best Friedel had pitched in SEC play all year. Kelsey Mathis, you saw her numbers, the sophomore from Waco, Texas, 2 for 6 in the series. Both of her hits are doubles. She's walked and struck out 4 times as well. A&M coming in at 35-13, 15-5 in SEC play. Came into the weekend 3rd in the SEC standings. Another 1-2 to Mathis. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Jory Hurd pulls the string to get her first strikeout.
Really like how Hurd is using her changeup. She's using it early, and where she's spotting it. That pitch just fell right off the table. I think that's going to be a key for her. A&M's already seen her once for a full 7 innings, and so she's going to have to mix off speed more.
Here's Maya Perez playing first base today, who's reached in 51 consecutive games for the Aggies. She has been outstanding. Their leading hitter, 4th in the SEC in hitting coming in. Hitting at .455, also 6th in slugging, leads the SEC coming into the weekend in on-base percentage. 2 for 5 in this series with a home run, a double, hit by pitch, and 2 runs batted in.
And Perez is one of those hitters that, as coaches, you're scouting and you say, we don't want her to hurt us. And so very careful. They're allowing Hurd to pitch to her because there's no one on base. It's early in the game. But you can see Hurd is really dancing around the zone.
On base percentage, one of the tops in the country. 3-0 here, and the Gamecock fans getting a little anxious with the strike zone.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Hurd has actually found the strike zone just yet. Looking to get some consistent calls, figure out where it is.
And that hits her. Second time she's been plunked. She was hit with the bases loaded yesterday to drive in a run. And the Aggies get a base runner here with 2 outs. That one looked like it stung a little bit.
Yeah, talking about how good Maya Perez is, I mean, she has got to get used to pitches coming in tight on her, not necessarily on purpose. Like, I don't think that was an intentional, I'm going to plunk you. But at the same time, pitchers have to be very, very, very tight in. You can't let Perez get a good piece of the bat on it.
And with that hit by pitch, she's taken a moment to shake that off. Looked like it got her right on the hip. She has now reached in 52 straight games, got that one the hard way. But just absolutely incredible to have that kind of string to get on base that many games in a row. That's going back to last season.
Yeah, that one hurt. You can see.
She says she's all right. 2 outs, runner aboard for the cleanup hitter. Going to be the catcher, Ariel Kowalewski. Kowalewski in her 2nd season. Spent her freshman year at Florida and sat out last year due to a late transfer, 2nd year in College Station. And that hit her. Back-to-back hit batters with 2 outs, put them at 1st and 2nd.
Yeah, see, when I see this, I'm also, trying to see, are there elbows outside of the box? Because Kowalewski was really crowding the plate there.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't even see it hit her. I thought it was a strike, and then she was on her way to first base.
It must have grazed her. But again, nothing that can be done about this. So Hurd is in a position now where 2 hitters in a row. Let's see. See, to me, those elbows are hanging out.
Yeah, that's.
I think that needs to be looked at in terms of rules again, because honestly, that's not fair to pitchers.
That's borderline on the plate there with where her elbow is and where she got hit, and there's not much a pitcher can do with that. I would agree with you there.
Yeah, but I digress.
Yep.
Now Hurd is in a situation where she's tried to come in tight twice to left-handed hitters, and it's just been a little too much. So she's got to figure out how to move safely back over the plate a little bit.
Now they're going to try to settle Jory down a little bit. Ashley Chastain Woodard is the head coach in her second year, but Zach Parsons is the pitching coach. He comes out of the dugout. Started quietly, 2 quick outs, and then back-to-back hit batters. And the Aggies are threatening here in the first. Told you the Texas A&M 35-13 overall, 15-5, third place coming into the weekend. Carolina now 28-22, 6-14 in SEC play. They were in 12th place coming into the weekend.
Yeah, and for South Carolina, maybe this part of this conversation, at least to me, would have been, listen, you've got 2 outs. We need to go hard after Dement because you've got Wark on deck, and she's been successful last game, so we don't want to face her in that situation.
KK Dement, the shortstop, stands in. California native, takes ball 1 high. Dement 0 for 6 in the series with 3 strikeouts. Was a freshman All-American last year. Falls behind 3-0. Joy Hurd still trying to find the zone. You see Lexi Winters, the catcher, asking where that was.
And to be honest with you, I mean, I think those are good spots when you're ahead in the count. I do think she's missing off the plate too much.
And misses on 4 straight here, and the bases are loaded. 3 straight have reached without a hit, a couple of hit batters and a walk, something we did not see a lot of really throughout this whole series. And now an opportunity here with perhaps one of the most dangerous hitters for the Aggies, the DP today, Michaela Wark. Wark, a team best 19 home runs, including 1 yesterday. She'll take a strike here. That home run, the first hit of the series for Wark. She's 1 for 5 with a walk and 2 strikeouts, but she can change the complexion of a game in a hurry. In the top 10 in the SEC in home runs and runs batted in. Nice location there. In on the hands. Not much work to do with that.
And this will force her to tighten up. She doesn't have anywhere to put Wark. But at the same time, like you said, Wark's been swinging the bat well.
0-2 pitch.
I like the idea there. It was off the plate. I also think it was just a little bit high. Hurd is not missing by much.
Right.
So this is minor adjustments to make. And for that count, too, I think that was a good spot.
Yeah, sometimes you figure out, is the umpire going to give you a half a ball off the plate or a ball off the plate? And that one misses inside. And again, the Gamecock fans getting anxious. Two-two pitch. Strike 3 called, inning over. Jory Hurd gets out of a major jam with her second strikeout. Gets Wark looking to end the threat. And the Aggies leave them loaded here in the first. Sydney Peters takes to the circle for her second start of the series.
Peters for A&M. She is going to throw in the high 60s. She brings the heat. High spin rate. She goes up. She goes fast, change, off speed. She's considered more of a power pitcher than what we saw yesterday in Lessentine.
You see her numbers from game 1 on Friday. She was a losing pitcher, but pitched well. 6 strikeouts, 3 runs all earned on 4 hits, and they all came in at once. It was a second inning home run by Natalie Heath, accounting for all of the Gamecocks runs in that 3-1 victory. Gamecocks get out of a major jam in the top half of the inning here after the Aggies left the bases loaded. Quincy Lilio to start things off for the Gamecocks. It's been a struggle for the top of the order for South Carolina in this series. The top 4 hitters in the first 2 games were a combined 1 for 23. So a little bit different lineup today. You see the seniors in red, Lilio, Rhodey, McKay, Heath, and Winters. But Ensley moving into the 2 spot after being further down in the lineup much of the season as Lilio takes a strike. The senior outfielder 0 for 6 in the series. She's been so good all year in her 2 years here at South Carolina since transferring from Oklahoma, and getting on base has not been able to do much of that here this weekend. 0 for 6, and she was coming into the weekend tied for 6th in the SEC in walks, but has not been able to draw a free pass yet.
Yeah, I made a comment about Powell for A&M being such a great leadoff batter. And really, I know she's been struggling as of late, as you mentioned, but Lilio has done a good job for South Carolina overall. She's patient. She's a triple threat. She can, I believe I've seen her try to slap before, you know, so yeah, she can do it all, hit for power.
Peters back to work, the 2-1. Hit in the air to right field, and she's got her first hit of the series. Lilio starts things off with a single. Came in on the hands, jammed her. Actually, wasn't a bad pitch by Peters, but Lilio able to muscle it into right field.
Yeah, it was some quick hands right there. And, you know, for left-handed hitters, they seem to get through that inside part of the zone pretty fast. But I love the response already from South Carolina. Jory Hurd did her part, striking out, you know, a big hitter and work for A&M to build the momentum, bases loaded, and this is how Lilio responds. This is exactly what you're looking for from your team.
Tori Ensley stands in, the center fielder, in her first season with the Gamecocks after transferring from NC State. Been hitting in the 5 spot. Moves up to the 2-hole here, leading the Gamecocks with 11 home runs this year. She's 3 for 5 with a home run yesterday in this series. Also has a walk.
Yeah, I think for me, what that says is moving Ensley up, you're looking for, you know, she was producing in the offense, and that's what South Carolina needs the most of. So move her up so that, like the situation you're seeing here, Lilio can set her up so that if Ensley does something, maybe now there's more opportunity to score multiple runs even.
Quick conference in the circle. See Ensley's career, looking back at NC State and what she's done for the Gamecocks. She's really been a nice addition, taking over center field this year as well.
Yeah, she's also a player that Coach Chastain Woodard said we have to get her. We want her, when they realized that she was going into the transfer portal, and just talked about the amount of range that opens up for them when Ensley is in center field. She just covers so much ground.
Peters ahead in the count here, a ball and 2 strikes. Off the plate here where the catcher was set up. Defensively, not too many changes for A&M. Outfield left to right. Paisley Allen, Kelsey Mathis, Frankie Vrasil. Infield third to first. Kennedy Powell, KK Dement, Talon Edwards, and Maya Perez playing first base today. Ariel Kowalewski is catching Sydney Peters. 2-2, hit down the left field line. Curving foul off the wall. Ensley a little bit out in front. But as my partner likes to say, it's just a strike.
Just a strike. You know, and for Peters, that gives her a little heads up of make it dance or get it in.
2-2 again. Hit in the air to center field. Mathis ranges back. She's gotten room and makes the grab for the first out. So one out now. Here's the second baseman, Carly Shelton. Shelton moving down to the 3-hole today. Junior, nearby Lexington, South Carolina. As we told you yesterday, started her collegiate career a year early, finishing high school before coming to the Gamecocks. 1 for 6 in this series with a couple of strikeouts. And one hit came yesterday. Peters back to work. Good stop by Kowalewski back there.
And that's a look at Peters' changeup also.
Shelton in the top 10 in the SEC in doubles coming into the weekend. Second leading hitter for the Gamecocks. Hits that one into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit. And Gamecocks with a couple of singles here in the first inning. Hits have been hard to come by this series.
And I think this speaks to the adjustments that South Carolina has made. I mean, they had video. They played against Peters. They faced her on Friday. And so you can see they've made some adjustments so far.
Second hit of the series for Shelton. And the Gamecocks get a runner in scoring position now for Ari Rode, the first baseman. Hitting in the cleanup spot, looking for her first hit. 0 for 5 in the series with a walk and a pair of strikeouts. Second on the team with 10 home runs on the year. Pops this one up into short left field. Paisley Allen is there and has got it for out number 2. So Rode quickly retired. It'll take a 2-out hit to get something done for the Gamecocks. It brings up the right fielder, Jamie McKay. McKay, who's swung in a hot bat coming into the series, has cooled off in the first 2 games, as have most of the hitters. 0 for 6 in the first 2 games. McKay, 7 home runs, 19 RBI, and the home runs were coming in bunches in the last couple of weeks for her. She took over as a starting spot in right field.
Yeah, and I was going to say it's been neat, really. You know, just a month or so ago, you and I were calling games in March, and she was still just kind of coming off as a pinch hitter.
Yep.
And working her way into a DP spot, and then fast forward, and she has worked her way into the starting lineup. It's been neat to watch her go.
0-2 pitch from Peters. Popped up right side of the diamond. Edwards, the second baseman, calls and catches. Inning over. Both teams threatened with multiple base runners in the first inning, but we're still scoreless as we head to the second in Columbia. the order due up for Texas A&M as we head to the second inning here in Columbia. Rubber match of this 3-game series. Gamecocks had multiple base runners in the bottom of the first inning. They didn't do that at all yesterday. They had runners at first and second. And their first set of swings came up empty, as did the Aggies, who had the bases loaded in the first inning. Jory Hurd, the senior, second start of the weekend. She'll start off with the second baseman, Talon Edwards.
I think for both teams, we're already seeing adjustments made on both sides. You know, stringing some of those hits together. Now they have to produce, but they're still doing a much better job, both South Carolina and A&M.
So the numbers on Edwards: 0 for 6 in the series with a walk and 2 strikeouts. In her first season at Texas A&M after 3 years at Oklahoma State. Count even at 1-1 here. Change of pace, slow roller up the line, could be trouble. Rhodey gloves, throws to first, not in time. That was basically a swinging bunt in no man's land. By the time Rhodey got there, couldn't get enough on the throw, and Edwards legs it out for the first hit of the day for the Aggies on an infield single.
Yeah, that's one of those, as a pitcher, you're like, are you kidding me? But good job for Edwards for legging that out. Ideally, I would like to have seen Hurd cut that off. I know Rhodey called her off, and I know there's some throwing issues there with Hurd.
Yep.
But, in those situations, whoever gets to it first, you got to take it if you want a chance.
Paisley Allen stands in, the left fielder. Sophomore out of Louisville, Texas. And that one gets away, and that's going to move the runner up. It caroms all the way up the first baseline. And another runner in scoring position for the Aggies here with nobody out. Opportunity for Allen to scratch a run across. She's 0 for 4 in the series with a couple of strikeouts, but a big opportunity here early. Infield in at the corners. Pushes through it for a strike. Now it's 1-2. Allen in her first year as well at Texas A&M, transferred from Georgia. Told you yesterday, outfielder for A&M, played in the middle infield for Georgia. Slow roller left side. Anderson looks the runner back, throws to first in time. And 2 good things there for South Carolina. They get the out and they keep the runner at second.
Yeah, that was a good response. Kind of textbook play for Anderson over there at short. But, South Carolina defense needs to be on point. Brazel has been tough.
Yep. Right fielder hitting in the 9 spot, 2 for 5 in the series. Again, the corners in for the Gamecocks. Runner at second with 1 down. Second straight inning, the Aggies have had at least 1 in scoring position, and that hits her. 3rd hit batter in 2 innings by Jory Hurd. Take another look at this one. And got her on that elbow guard.
Yeah, that one to me clearly looked like it was in the batter's box.
Yes.
I will say that. I will admit that.
So another situation here. Back to the top of the order for Kennedy Powell. 0 for 1, a fly to right. Now head coach Ashley Chastain Woodard out of the South Carolina dugout to talk to her pitcher.
Yeah, I think this conversation is a little bit of, Jory Hurd doesn't look as sharp as she has, even on Friday's game. She's throwing some good pitches, but then she's just not consistent. I don't even know that she's still found her flow and found the strike zone. So just a conversation about locking in. Let's take a breath. Maybe we need to either speed up your rhythm or slow it down a little bit, change something up.
And also, you I don't know if this affects Jory. Maybe you'd see it with younger pitchers. When you've hit multiple batters in the first 2 innings, does that start getting in your head and worried about pitching inside, and maybe you start leaving it too far over the plate?
Yeah, so I always think about this mentally is you have a choice. You can choose to allow it to get into your head, and you kind of second guess yourself and think, oh, I don't want to hit this person. If you make that choice, though, you are choosing to play it kind of from a place of fear, like fear of failure. I don't want this to happen versus, okay, that happened. This next pitch doesn't mean that that's going to happen.
Yep.
You know, so make the choice to continue to attack each hitter separately, each pitch differently.
Powell stands in, the leadoff hitter. Flied to right to lead off the game. She's 4 for 9 in the series. Infield in with just 1 away. Hit foul, and it's a ball and a strike now.
You know, I have to wonder, too, and I'm speaking from a player's experience, when it was my senior day and my last game on the field, we ended up hosting regionals because we didn't have super regional format then. So we hosted regionals, but we didn't know that at the time. So I thought this was it. I had one of the worst games ever.
Slow chopper right side. Shelton gloves, won't have a play. Ball hasn't left the infield, and the bases are loaded. 2 infield singles and a hit by pitch.
Yeah, this was just a nice little slap, intentional slap. That was a great job. Good back control. But just to finish my thought there is sometimes that pressure of, oh, it's my senior, it's literally Jory Hurd day. Yep. Last season game on the field. So you have to kind of wonder, did some of that kind of get to her? Because she is very hard on herself. Like, she wants to do well. So it might just be pressing a little bit.
Well, for the second straight inning, the Aggies have the bases loaded. Infield in for the Gamecocks. Kelsey Mathis stands in, the center fielder, a strikeout victim last inning. Takes one up high here. And from Hurd's perspective, probably feeling like she's made her pitches, too, with 2 infield singles basically in no man's land.
Yeah, and for A&M, they're going to battle. They are coached to be tough, to show it, to go all out, to take risk, you know, to win. That's how Coach Trisha Ford, she coaches, and she expects that from her players. I mean, you're top 10 team in the country, one of the top in the SEC. They're going to battle.
Fisted, caught by Jory Hurd. Everybody else dives back to the bag, and that's a big second out there, fielding her position well. That was the most solidly struck ball of the day.
Yeah, right back up the middle.
So now 2 outs with the bases juiced, and again, it's Maya Perez, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning, so now she's reached in 52 consecutive games. Remember, she was hit by a pitch yesterday with the bases loaded to drive in the first run of the game.
We also talked about, honestly, with players like her, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Put her on.
And she was hit for the 3rd time in this series, and for the 2nd straight day, she will drive in a run by a hit by pitch. And now Coach Trisha Ford arguing that's 3 times she's been hit. The base is still loaded, a run in as A&M takes the early lead once again. 50th RBI of the season for Perez. Brings up the catcher, Ariel Kowalewski, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning.
Yeah, if I'm Hurd in this situation, just knowing how far up on the plate Kowalewski is and what happened last time, bases loaded, I need to stay down in the zone. I need to let my defense work.
0-1. And did that hit her? It did.
I didn't hear that. I didn't see that one either.
Second time she's been hit by a pitch. That is 5 hit by pitch in 2 innings. Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard can't believe it. Remember, it was Kowalewski who appeared to be hanging over the plate last time and got the benefit of the call, and looks like she's going to get it again. Let's take a look at this. Well, we don't have the right angle there. Obviously, it hits the elbow guard. Yep. But they continue to hang over the plate.
That had to have been just barely a hit.
Yep.
Yeah, honestly, for Kowalewski, with how she is set up in the box, I know I'm going to get hate for this. I don't care. She's over the plate. She's not all the way in the batter's box.
Yep.
South Carolina is challenging that ruling. Previous play is under review.
I mean, I think it definitely glanced off the elbow guard.
See, I didn't even see that.
Yep. And this didn't appear, second time didn't appear that she was leaning as far as she was the first time. Let's see. I don't know that it, no, I don't think it did.
And so it was ruled hit by pitch. So what they're going to look for here is indisputable evidence. So do you see any movement on the edge of the guard there?
I did not on the home plate. Yeah, that view there.
Do you see the ball deflect at all? These are things that they're having to look for when they're reviewing in Birmingham. So right here at what would be the point of impact. Of course, we didn't get to that one on that one.
But tough sledding for Jory Hurd here as the Aggies have really effectively taken away the inside part of the plate.
This will be a big call. It can shift the momentum for sure in Aggies' favor. They were already emotional because the Perez hit, which was a clear hit by pitch. Or if South Carolina gets the challenge right, that will also be, if this challenge goes in South Carolina's favor, that will be the third challenge that Coach Chastain Woodard has made that has been overturned in this series.
Taking a long look at this, it would be the second run of the game via hit by pitch, and second in a row. If it stands, it would also be the fifth hit by pitch in just 2 innings of work.
After the review, the ruling on the field has changed. The batter was not hit by the pitch. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. South Carolina retains their challenge.
Well, they got it right from what we saw.
I agree.
But again, you also have to wonder, you know, will Hurd get gun shy about pitching inside because of what the Aggies have been able to do?
And you have to know Kowalewski's going to be up on the plate again. She is not going to change. So then the question then becomes, does Hurd change her location? Maybe work outside.
You said it yesterday. You're not a fan of the elbow guards, right?
I'm not. I'm more not a fan of the elbows hanging over.
Yes.
But
so another big spot here. 2 outs, bases full of Aggies, a run in here in the second. The atmosphere has been elevated here today.
just a scooch.
I think the first 2 games, fans of both sides were appreciating some really good softball. 2-1, hit in the air to right center. McKay, long way to run, gives way to the center fielder Ensley, inning over. So some good damage control there by Jory Hurd. But the Aggies strike first. They get a run. They leave them loaded for the second straight inning. It's 1-0 Texas A&M. Bottom of the second inning, still some discussions with the umpiring crew between the innings. We've had a lot of plays overturned this weekend. We had one here last half inning on a hit by pitch that would have scored another run, and then we discovered the replay. The batter was not hit by a pitch. They did get it right on the replay.
Yeah. But on the field, you're right. Over the series, that's been 4 calls overturned as far as I can remember.
6, 7, and 8 do it for the Gamecocks in their half of the second. If the Aggies get one in the top of the frame, Kai Byers, the freshman designated player, to lead things off. The rookie from Mechanicsville, Virginia, 0 for 4 with a couple of walks and a strikeout in this series. Byers started the season kind of in that platoon in right field, and then that became Nia McKnight's job for a while before Jamie McKay took over. Now Byers has been swinging the bat a little bit better and back in the lineup as the DP. And Sydney Peters way ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
And you have to know, coming off that inning, how it ended previously with the overturned call, bases loaded for A&M, that they're fired up, and you can see it. I feel like Peters has picked up picked up her spin a little bit.
0-2 to the freshman Kai Byers. Aggies loaded the bases in each of the first 2 innings, only able to get the 1 run. But the Gamecocks scored just 1 run yesterday. Had 3 runs in the first game to win it 3-1, but all 3 runs came in the second inning. Off the end of the bat and gloved by Kennedy Powell for the first out.
Well, and I believe all of these runs have come off for South Carolina have been off of home runs as well.
Yep. Yeah, 6 of the 7 runs combined for the 2 teams have been off home runs. And here's Natalie Heath, speaking of home runs. She had the 3-run home run on Friday that gave the Gamecocks all they needed in the 3-1 victory. 1 for 5 with that home run and 3 runs knocked in the series. And for Big Bat Nat, as they call her, that was her first home run of the season. Hadn't played a lot the first half of the season and took over that third base spot a couple of weeks ago.
Well, this is, excuse me, this is the rubber match. I mean, both teams want to win. South Carolina has only had 1 SEC series win, and so Coach Chastain Woodard talked about how they are in fight mode. They're fighting for every win, and I think you can see that in their play. But for A&M, I mean, they've been on a roll.
Yes.
And they're fighting for seeding and positioning and all the things. And plus, Coach Ford, I don't really think she cares about that. She just wants to win.
Yep.
She's a competitor.
1-2 pitch to Natalie Heath, hammered foul. Yeah, the Aggies have won 5 out of 6 series this year. They beat LSU on the road 2 out of 3. They swept Kentucky at home, lost 2 out of 3 at Texas, their only series loss. Won 2 out of 3 against Georgia at home, swept Ole Miss on the road, and swept Mississippi State at home. And trying to get another road series here. You see their schedule, what they've done. Texas, the only series loss. Off the plate there. For the Gamecocks, as we told you, they got their first series win last week at Missouri, taking 2 out of 3. They were swept by Texas as well. Two to Natalie Heath. Good battle here as that came in on the hands, and Heath spoils another one.
Yeah, both teams still have 1 more series to play in the regular season, and neither one of those, A&M and South Carolina, have their work cut out for them, as A&M goes to or plays Oklahoma, and then South Carolina has to go to Alabama, who just beat Tennessee by a run rule yesterday.
2-2, change of pace, and got Heath swinging for the second out of the inning and the first strikeout for Peters today. And quickly 2 up and 2 down for the Gamecocks.
It was a nice battle on both ends here, but that is a dirty little changeup from Peters.
2 outs, bases empty for the catcher, Lexi Winters, hitting in the 8th spot. Winters 2 for 5 in the series. Those 2 hits came on Friday against Peters. It was 0 for 3 yesterday. Winters in her second season here in Columbia after coming over with Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard from Charlotte, the everyday catcher. Fisted to the third baseman, Powell. She's got it, inning over. 1-2-3 go the Gamecocks in their half of the second. We've completed 2, 1-0 Texas A&M. To the third inning here in Columbia. Texas A&M leading South Carolina 1-0 here in Game 3. Jory Hurd has wriggled out of big trouble in the first 2 innings. Aggies had the bases loaded twice, only got 1 run out of it. There's Tricia Ford in her 4th year as the head coach at Texas A&M. Last year, 48-11 overall, were a #1 seed.
Coach Ford has done really great things at A&M in such a short amount of time, and I can tell you just based off of what she has told us about her, not even just the product on the field, is she is a competitor.
Oh yeah.
She is fiery, and she is there to compete, and she wants players like that, and she will coach them to stretch them out of their comfort zone, but she is very transparent about that during the recruiting process, so hats off.
Here's KK Dement, the shortstop, who walked in the first inning. Gamecocks a little bit shifted in the infield. She gets a bunt down the other way. Hurd's going to have to hurry, spikes the ball, and won't get her. And that has been a problem for Jory Hurd. Throwing to first base overhand. You see the indecision where she maybe thought about going underhand and ends up just spiking it. And it's another base runner, the 3rd infield hit of the day for Texas A&M.
Yeah, and South Carolina knew that the small ball game was going to come back to play, especially with Hurd and Heath both in the game. And that bounce pass that you saw there is actually something that South Carolina has been practicing with Hurd because of the issues that she's had throwing overhand to first. You've got to be real careful with that as a coach, in the sense of you don't want to talk too much about it, but you've got to address it.
Line drive to Lelio, makes the grab in left field. That was hit on the nose by Michaela Wark. And it's a big first out. Wark now 0 for 2.
And Hurd has managed Wark pretty well so far today. But just to finish the thought on the overhand throw, that is an issue that pitchers sometimes run into. I myself struggled with that as a player at some point. But if you're not careful, fans included, you can cause yips.
Yep.
So you want to be real delicate with how you address that situation.
Second baseman Talon Edwards stands in. She had an infield single to lead off last inning, came around to score the lone run of the game. Now 1 for 7 in the series. Down low, Winters boxes it around. That last hit, the last out made by Michaela Wark was hit on the screws. We've seen 2 very hard hit balls hit right at South Carolina defenders. The 3 hits A&M does have are infield singles.
Yeah.
It's funny how the game works out that way, right?
Yeah.
You can hit it on the screws and have nothing to show for it. You can have a swinging bunt and stand on first base.
Super funny. So funny.
Not when you're a pitcher, though, right? Hey, but nobody has more fun on game day than softball players, and they always. Sometimes you can't even tell if you're just looking at faces in the dugout. You don't know what the score is.
Yeah.
That's why softball is superior to baseball. Hit down the right field line, but foul.
Yeah, I would agree.
There, I said it. It's a lot looser. They're a lot looser.
No, it's superior.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. There's just a different vibe.
There is. There is. Speed of the game. I will say that I have appreciated baseball. I think they brought some of that looseness over to softball. It's trickled over.
Yep. 1-2 grounded to Shelton, only play to first, and they get the out there. Dement on to second on the play. Probably a good choice by Shelton. If she tries to pivot and go to second, I don't know that you're getting Dement.
Yeah, I agree. That was a great play. She was headed in that direction anyway.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It would have gone across her body. So now it's a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the left fielder Paisley Allen, who grounded out the short last inning. Gamecocks come in at the corners for her. Coach and Jory Hurd wants a new softball. Sun peeks out from behind the clouds. Had a little rain this morning, but we should be okay the rest of the day while this game is going on.
And I'm kind of like, yay, but at the same time, I know down in Florida, we've been in the worst drought in 30 years, so this whole southeast needs rain. If you don't want it, we'll take it. Swing it on down.
I'll take a little bit after the game so I don't have to water my grass. You know, I'm cheap. I don't like a high water bill, so. 1-1 hit into right field, right at Jamie McKay for out number 3. So a leadoff single goes for naught for the Aggies. Still 1-0 Texas A&M.
SEC tournament is officially underway. Rushes one.
Smash this.
Throw the bat. And the drama continues.
Or 12 ranked teams from the SEC. It's going to be great matchups every day as you look at the standings. And 2 weeks to go. This weekend finishing out, and then next weekend to figure out the final standings. All 15 teams there, single elimination. But that is going to be a great week of softball, where the really eyes of the softball world will be on it. So who runs the world? Girls. Softball. SEC. It's good.
Well played.
9-1-2 due up for the Gamecocks in their half of the third. Shea Anderson to lead things off. The Gamecock shortstop looking for her first hit of the series. Sydney Peters continues to toil in the circle. Gave up a couple of hits in the first inning, then set down the Gamecocks in order last inning. Anderson, the sophomore, in her first year as a starter for the Gamecocks. 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts in this series. 1 run, 3 hits No errors for the Aggies. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Gamecocks today. Two 2-0 to Anderson. You mentioned Texas A&M playing Oklahoma next week. Gamecocks traveling to Alabama, one of the toughest places to play.
I can concur. I've actually pitched in that.
Yep. And it's, I mean, to start off, Alabama is usually very good.
Yeah,
to start
we'll
off with,
there.
But
yeah.
the fans there are great. They fill up the stadium.
Yeah, Coach Murphy in Alabama, he's been doing that. He really set the tone for the rest of the conference decades ago, because even when I played 20-something years ago, they were still filling up their stadium.
Anderson pops this one up in foul territory. Powell, the third baseman, is there, makes the grab, and there's one away. 6 in a row, sat down by Sidney Peters now. Back to the top of the order for Quincy Lelio. Had a single back in the first inning. Got to second base, was left stranded there. It was her first hit of the series, now 1 for 7. Takes a strike here. Talking about Alabama, then yeah, A&M's got to play Oklahoma, and they're pretty good at softball.
Just a wee bit.
Especially the last half decade or so. Yeah. And what they're doing this year is ludicrous with the amount of home runs they're hitting. Quickly 0-2 on Lelio.
Yeah, Oklahoma's going to be tough. It really is incredible, the number of home runs that they've been hitting, like you said. I mean, I don't even know what the count is today, but the last count I saw was 165, which is so far above even the second place team.
Yeah, they double. I think Florida was second in the SEC in home runs, and I think they basically doubled up.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, they are just, there we go. 167 now as we go into today.
Yeah, that's wild.
Lelio stays alive.
So, again, that's a conversation. I mean, A&M comes in with a hefty number of home runs, too. Right. But thinking about similar conversations here, A&M, and then also as they're facing Oklahoma, as a coach, I'm talking to the pitchers. Look, there probably is going to be a long ball or two, So we need to get our mind right about that and how we're going to recover. It goes beyond pitch selection and what you're going to throw. It then becomes a mental bracing for what are we going to do when that happens. Let's go ahead and think through that.
Good battle here as Lelio fell behind early, and she spoiled off a few to stay alive, but still 0-2. Peters back to work. Comebacker through the circle into center field for a base hit. Lelio, 2 for 2 today.
That was a great battle by Lelio to hang in there. She was behind in the count, and Peters had pretty much thrown everything at her. That wasn't a great pitch to hit, and Lelio still was able to get a good piece of the bat on it.
Here's Tori Ensley, the center fielder. Ensley 0 for 1 today, a fly to center in the first inning. 3 for 6 in the series, had a home run yesterday, her team leading 11th of the year.
The last two batters in this top order of South Carolina's lineup, Peters has started the at-bat off with her changeup. Again, we're seeing that more. She threw a couple to Lelio, actually.
Going out of sequence, if you will.
Yeah.
And she's ahead here again, 0-2. She had Lelio 0-2 before she spoiled off several pitches and got the base hit up the middle. Off the plate, didn't chase. Infield back for Ensley. Misses outside again. Ensley with 55 hits on the year, and of those 25 are for extra bases. Popped up right side. Perez in foul territory makes the grab, and there's 2 away. Two down, runner holding at first for the second baseman, Carly Shelton, who singled in the first inning. It was her second hit of the series, now 2 for 7. Takes a strike here. No changeup on the first pitch to Shelton.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it, though, in this at-bat. She's been mixing her changeup quite a bit with the first 3 batters for South Carolina.
0-1, hit up the middle. That'll get through for a base hit. Second time today that Lelio and Shelton have singled in the same inning. So now they're at first and second with 2 down. Again, this is something the Gamecocks didn't have yesterday. They did not have multiple base runners in any inning, and they've had it in 2 out of 3 innings so far, but have yet to scratch a run across. Ari Rohde will try to keep it going. The Gamecock first baseman hitless in the series, now 0 for 6. Does have a walk. We'll get a pinch runner at second base as Nia McKnight comes out of the Gamecock dugout. She'll run for Lelio. McKnight, the sophomore from Loganville, Georgia, with some good wheels out there. Gamecocks with 4 hits, all of them singles, as Rohde steps to the plate. Fastball misses low.
And for South Carolina, I like that Rohde's up in these positions. She certainly has the experience to do good things here, but patience. She was not patient in her last at-bat, popping up on her first pitch.
Had 17 home runs last year to set a new school record, 10 this year. 54 in her career, which includes a couple of years at Charlotte before she transferred. 27 of those at South Carolina, puts her tied for 6th in the South Carolina record books. 2-0 is taken for a strike. Checked her swing and a pitch high and tight. And it's 3-1. Rohde third in the SEC coming into the weekend in walks. (3-1) misses high and tight, and the Gamecocks have loaded the bases with 2 outs. First walk allowed by Peters today. And an opportunity for South Carolina. Now we'll get a little conference in the circle, starting to wiggle their toes a little bit in the A&M bullpen. Jamie McKay will be the hitter. Looks like Grace Sparks is throwing, a senior from Dayton, Texas. Here's Jamie McKay, 0 for 1, a pop up to second to end the first inning. 0 for 7 in the series, however. Bases full of Gamecocks with 2 outs in a 1-run game. Squibb to the second baseman, Edwards. She's got it, throws to first, and that'll end the threat. They load the bases, but can't do anything with it. Still 1-0 Texas A&M after 3. 1-0 Texas A&M leading South Carolina here in the rubber match of a 3-game series in Columbia. Aggies getting their lone run in the second inning. Here's Coach Ashley Chastain Woodard in her second year leading her alma mater. After 5 years as the head coach at Charlotte, took over a team last year that had gone 36-24, but just 8-16 in the SEC the year before, and all they did was win over 40 games and host the regional, host the super regional. We're one pitch away from getting to the Women's College World Series.
Certainly had a standout inaugural season in the SEC, and I know people are some people may be kind of down, like why are they not performing as well? Well, because the team is different.
Yep.
And players are different, and especially with the transfer portal and all those things, it's just going to take a little bit of time to build that consistency.
Yep, Gamecocks had to replace 4 starters from that team, not including their #1 pitcher from a year ago. Frankie Vrazel to lead things off, the right fielder, hitting in the 9 spot. It'll be 9-1-2. She was hit by a pitch in the second inning. One of 4 hit batters today by Jory Hurd. 1-1, seeing eye through the right side for a base hit. 4th hit of the day for the Aggies, and they get the leadoff aboard for the 3rd consecutive inning.
Yeah, you have to wonder if part of the game plan for today, knowing that Hurd was throwing especially for all the left-handed hitters that she's having to face, if part of it wasn't to crowd the plate a little bit.
Yep.
Force her to come in. Let's see what happens.
Lead off aboard again. Back to the top of the order for the 3rd baseman, Kennedy Powell. 1 for 2, an infield single in her last trip in the second inning. That hit there a moment ago by Vrazel. It was the 4th hit. It was the first one that left the infield. The other 3 have been infield hits. Infield in here. Fouled straight back. Both teams have had some chances in this one. Through the first 3 innings, the Aggies stranded 7 base runners. They did get that run in the second inning, but left the bases loaded in the first and the second. Gamecocks have stranded 5 base runners through 3 innings. They had the bases loaded last inning. Next pitch, bunted foul. Ball and 2 strikes now to Powell, who's been everything you want as a leadoff hitter, not just in the season, but in this series. 5 for 10. Hit foul, good battle here. Vrazel over at first. Another 1-2 pitch to Powell. Hit down the right field line, but foul.
Yeah, you talk about Powell doing such a good job in this leadoff spot. I think Vrazel's been great in the 9-hole for A&M, at least this series. I mean, she's been tough.
She's got 3 hits. She was hit by a pitch, so she's been on base. Again, turning the order over. 1-2 again. Got her swinging. Big punch out there to get the tough hitting Kennedy Powell. 3rd strikeout for Jory Hurd today and a first out here in the 4th.
Yeah, and this was a changeup, and this just kind of goes to show the changeup does not have to be in the strike zone to be effective. It's how you sell it. Good job by Winters back there to keep the ball in front.
Well, not a lot of yeet on that throw, but a strikeout nonetheless. Brings up the center fielder, Kelsey Mathis. 0 for 2, a strikeout and a line out. This one left side. Anderson flips to second for 1. Relay to first, not in time, but they get the leading lady. Good play there by Shea Anderson. And there's 2 away. This was hit well, but Anderson positioned perfectly. Mathis reaches on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, it just takes a little more pressure off the defense, especially with Perez up to bat.
Yeah, Maya Perez been hit by a pitch twice today and 3 times in this series. Last time was hit with the bases loaded in the second inning to account for the lone run. And that's something she did twice yesterday. She was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to account for their first run. Coach Tricia Ford was not happy last time she was hit by a pitch, saying that's the third time she's been hit, which is factual.
Yeah, that's facts. I don't. I really don't think that those were intentional hits.
No.
At all. I think that Hurd was struggling to find the strike zone and to be consistent.
Yeah, she's hit 4 batters in this game.
Yeah.
So it's
now you can see they're going to pitch to her, but intentionally walk her.
And take your chances with the cleanup hitter.
Yeah. And you may be wondering, well, why don't they just stand up and have the catcher move out? Well, because that's really awkward for a pitcher. I mean, you do practice that, but it's just easier for a catcher to be able to in the down position, and it also opens up the opportunity here for like what you just saw if Winters had a play to pick off the runner versus standing up in that unnatural position.
Perez with 17 home runs on the year, and she'll get the intentional walk here. Second walk allowed by Hurd today. So puts them at first and second with 2 outs. Another runner in scoring position for the Aggies for the catcher Ariel Kowalewski, who was hit by a pitch in the first inning and flied out to the center fielder Tori Ensley to end the second. Aggies have had multiple base runners in 3 out of 4 innings now.
Even Coach Ford talks about Kowalewski and just how she's a pesky hitter. Coach Ford was a pitcher herself, so she can, you know, say these things. And I agree, you have these hitters, they just find ways to get on base, and it's kind of like, are you kidding me with that?
This is outside, 2-0.
So for A&M, you're liking what you see right now in terms of who's up to bat.
Kowalewski hitting .393 on the year. It's how the game is and how good A&M's lineup is. You're walking obviously a home run hitter to get to a .393 hitter, and that's how much protection there is in this Aggie lineup. Okay, you're not gonna pitch to the girl with double-digit home runs, one of the two in the teens with home runs. And all right, here's a .393 hitter coming at you that's got a lot of extra base hits too, with 7 home runs and 15 doubles.
Yeah, and just finds ways. Yeah, that really is a great kind of mix in there in the lineup. And you can see South Carolina, I think Hurd is kind of laying off to Kowalewski right now, and that's probably what South Carolina coaches are seeing, hence the timeout.
I see A&M's offensive numbers here, all 4 ranked in the top 30 in Division I. They can do a lot.
They have done a lot.
Yep.
It's a tough lineup to pitch to, especially second time around in terms of games. Third time through the order right now for Hurd.
2-0 pitch fisted to Rohde at first. She'll step on the bag, inning over. The Aggies get 2 aboard with 2 outs. They leave them stranded. Still 1-0 Texas A&M. Another pitcher's duel today. Low scoring affair. 1-0 Texas A&M as we head to the bottom of the fourth. But both teams have had more chances today than we've seen. You see the left on base so far halfway through. Heading to the bottom of the fourth. A&M has had multiple base runners in 3 out of 4 innings. They've stranded 9. Gamecocks through their 3 innings stranded 5, including the bases loaded last inning. And that's after yesterday they did not have multiple base runners in any inning. They've had that in 2 out of 3 innings so far. They'll send the 6, 7, and 8 hitters to the plate in their half of the fourth against Sidney Peters, who's obviously held the Gamecocks scoreless on 4 hits today. All singles, has struck out 1 and walked 1. Kai Byers set to lead things off. The freshman 0 for 1 today. Lined out to the third baseman Powell to lead off the second inning. 0 for 5 with a pair of walks in the series.
Well, and I think if you look at the stat line so far, that just shows you these teams aren't that much different right now. They're going toe-to-toe. I mean, the only difference on the scoreboard, both teams have 4 hits. The only difference is A&M has scored 1. And, you know, put something together there by just putting the pressure on. But these teams are battling, and that's to be expected. I mean, second time through seeing these hitters in terms of they saw these same pitchers on Friday, both teams. And now we're working on, you know, for Peters, this is only her second time through the South Carolina lineup.
Byers looks at a pitch up high. Line drive up the middle, and Kai Byers has her first hit of the series. Third time today and second straight inning that the Gamecocks have gotten the leadoff aboard. Now they got to find a way to scratch one across. Most of the hits the Gamecocks have had today have been right up the middle.
Yeah, and so if I'm Peters, I'm thinking these pitches or these hits are coming right back at me up the middle. I may be leaving them over the middle of the plate some, so just working on trying to get those off on the corners.
There's Natalie Heath, the strikeout victim in the second inning. She squares here, pops it up, and it's going to be caught by the catcher Kowalewski. So Nat Heath unable to get the bunt down. Had not had a sacrifice attempt all season and comes up empty there. I was going to ask the question there because of the Gamecocks' struggles to get runs across and getting the lead off so many times. Do you bunt with a power hitter up? Well, they did, and it didn't work out.
Yeah, and unfortunately, it's one of those things where you're trying to manufacture runs, and I don't disagree with the decision to bunt there.
Brings up Lexi Winters, the catcher, 0 for 1 today, grounded out to third to end the second inning. But yeah, with runs being hard to come by, why not try something different, put the pressure on the defense, and get that runner into scoring position with less than 2 outs?
Sure.
But of course, you got to get the bunt down. Winters in an 0-2 hole now. Winters 2 for 6 in the series. 2 hits came Friday against Sidney Peters, but she got the better of her in the second inning, did Peters. Winters' second team All-Region a year ago in her first season with the Gamecocks after transferring from Charlotte. Infield back. Hammered foul down the left field line into the Aggie bullpen. Peters has worked ahead of hitters all day today. He's only walked 1.
Peters has been solid in the circle for A&M. Like I said, I think just with some of those hits that are coming back up the middle, I think she's just leaving them over the middle of the plate. But the defense has been helping her out, and she's been helping herself. She's not allowed, really, one hit to kind of turn into a bunch.
Grounded foul again. Yeah, the 5 hits for the Gamecocks today, all singles. In this series, now 8 total runs between the two teams in this series. 6 have come from home runs. The other 2 hit by pitches with the bases loaded. Another one down the left field line, but foul. Well, you've seen Winters out in front of the last several pitches and has hit a few hard. If you're Peters, what are you throwing here?
I hate these questions because then it's always the opposite. Well, the ones she's ripped down, Winters has ripped down the field, have been high inside. So I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about a changeup way off the plate.
1-2, grounded to third. Powell's got it, throws to second. They get the out there. Return throw to first, not in time. But they get the leading lady for the second out.
That was close.
Yeah, well, Megan, that's why you're the best I've ever worked with.
What? What? Can you say that again? You don't just throw something out there like that lightly.
2 outs now, runner at first as Winters reaches on the fielder's choice. Here's Shea Anderson, the shortstop. Fouled out to the third baseman, Kennedy Powell, last inning. As we said at the top of this inning, both teams have had opportunities. A lot of leadoffs have reached. A lot of runners left on base today. Well, it's still been a pitcher's duel. It's been more of a labor for the 2 starting pitchers today, having to work out of some trouble.
I think this game, like you're talking about the laboring, having to work out of the trouble, those third games in the rubber match, you know, that's great preparation for what they're going to face in the SEC tournament and possibly in the postseason. You think about the SEC tournament, a lot of these teams have seen each other a lot.
Yep.
It's kind of like they just beat up on each other.
An SEC tournament, single elimination, right? So
didn't used to be.
Yep, that can be a quick grind though as you move on in that tournament. You get to day 3, okay, you've already used some pitching, but now it's day 3 against a different opponent. So it's a whole different dynamic.
Yeah, it's tough.
2-1, strike at the knees. Gamecock fans have not been happy with Michael Thibodeau today. Two hits her. Well, we've seen a lot of that on the other side, and the Gamecocks get plunked for the first time today. Puts them at first and second and turns the order over. Take another look here.
I think that was supposed to just be a rise high inside, just kind of snuck too far in there. But for South Carolina, man, you're in a good spot right here. Top part of the lineup. Lilio has had 2 hits to get on base. Now this time, though, you have runners in scoring position.
Yep, going to get a pinch runner at second base for the catcher, Lexi Winters, as Lexi Shaver comes out of the dugout. Transfer from Kennesaw State. So first and second, 2 outs, and the Gamecocks have multiple base runners for the 3rd time in 4 innings. But they'll need a 2-out hit to try to get a run across, and it brings up Quincy Lilio. There's Shaver. Lilio 2 for 2 today, a couple of singles. And she's been stranded at second and third. Takes a strike here.
See, in the previous at-bats, Peters has done a nice job, particularly in Lilio's last at-bat, mixing that off-speed, and she was starting the at-bat off with off-speed. So you have to wonder, Lilio, is she guessing? Is she going to be sitting, waiting for a changeup? There it was.
Yep, and now she's in an 0-2 hole. Now Peters can throw what she wants. Way ahead, no balls and 2 strikes.
And that just kind of goes to show you, without seeing the outcome of this at-bat yet, I mean, your previous, the way you pitch can set up the next time how you pitch to a hitter.
0-2, too far inside. It reminds me of a Greg Maddux story I heard where he was pitching against the Astros and purposely gave up a go-over ball in a or an easy pitch in a blowout game against the Astros to set up for when he knew he would see them in the playoffs. 1-2 up high. Kind of getting in the hitter's head of what to expect in certain situations.
Were they already losing?
No, they were up by a whole bunch.
Oh,
It was,
okay.
late
Okay.
in the game. And
I was going to say, I'm not trying to lose a game
no,
now. But
nope.
Uh.
2-2 high and tight again, and go from 0-2 to a full count here.
I think Peter's just trying not to give Lelio anything good to look at. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see a change up here. 3-2 count.
Runners will be off on the pitch. The payoff to Quincy Lelio. Hit in the air to right center field. Center fielder Mathis calls and catches. Gamecocks threaten but don't score. They leave 2 more stranded. Still 1-0 Texas A&M as we head to the 5th. Your calendars. It's that time.
Again, 40-plus NCAA championships. Confetti rains. Nets are cut. Joy erupts. Hardware is hoisted. History happens here on ESPN, home of NCAA championships.
And more history to be made soon. Key dates coming up for the postseason for softball. We told you conference championships coming up. And then after that, the NCAA selection show. Find out who's in, who's out, where they're going, and the road to the Women's College World Series in late May and early June. Got a good one going here for the 3rd day in a row as we head to the 5th inning. 1-0 Texas A&M. They'll send the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to the plate against Jory Hurd as the sun peeks out from behind the clouds again. KK Dement, the shortstop, to lead things off. She's reached twice today against Hurd. A walk in the 1st inning, an infield single in the 3rd. Popped up on the first pitch. Carly Shelton, the second baseman, calls and catches. 1 pitch and 1 away. Brings up the dangerous DP, Michaela Wark, 0 for 2 today. A strikeout looking to end the 1st. Lined out to Lelio in left field in the 3rd. Hit it right on the screws. She had the home run yesterday. That proved to be the one of the differences in the game. In the 2-1 Texas A&M victory. Jory Hurd back to work. Now a ball and 2 strikes on Wark. That's what she did yesterday. It proved to be the difference in the game in the 2-1 victory. As she goes opposite field for her 19th home run of the year. And it was a moonshot over the right field wall. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good change of pace there for Jory Hurd, and she collects her 4th strikeout.
Really like that low in the zone change up. Looks like Hurd is starting to settle in. I feel like she's starting to find her rhythm. Good location there. Had Wark completely fooled.
Quickly 2 up and 2 down for the second baseman, Talon Edwards. 1 for 2 today, and then field single in the second inning. She came around to score the lone run. She's also grounded out to second. And hits that one into center field. Tori Ensley is there to snare the line drive. And for the first time today, the Aggies are retired in order here in the 5th. Nothing doing for Texas A&M. They still lead it 1-0. Gamecocks looking to rally, their defense making plays. Pleasant afternoon here in the capital city of Columbia, South Carolina. This rubber match of the 3-game series. Here's part of what's at stake. Obviously, the Aggies looking for their 6th SEC series win in 7 tries. Gamecocks looking for another top 10 win. Of course, both teams playing for to move up in SEC standings and play for positioning for the NCAA tournament as well. 2, 3, and 4 do up for the Gamecocks in their half of the 5th. They've left 7 base runners in the first 4 innings and have had multiple base runners in 3 out of the 4. But Sydney Peters in the circle continues to work out of some tough spots. Tori Ensley set to lead things off. The Gamecock center fielder 0 for 2 today. A fly out to center and fouled out to first base. 3 for 7 in the series. And we have yet to see either team go to the bullpen. This is game 3, 5th inning, and it's been starting pitching and nothing else. That's how good it's been.
Yeah, I really, you think about that in today's game, especially, you know, South Carolina, I say she went, has been kind of known to be one of those teams in the recent past where, you know, they're kind of cycling through their bullpen, and they haven't at all. They've allowed Hurd and Friedel to carry, and then of course A&M has as well.
Yep. The 2 Sydneys have pitched very well for Texas A&M.
Well, and I'd love to see it, because to me as a pitcher and as a former pitching coach, if your pitcher is doing well, keeping you in the game like all these pitchers have been, let them have the game. It's great experience for postseason.
1-2 to Ensley. Hit in the air to left center field. Mathis goes back to the wall. Touch them all, and we're tied. Tori Ensley with her 12th home run of the season and 2nd of the series will square things up.
That was a changeup by Peters, and Ensley does such a good job just sitting, waiting on that. She was out her first 2 at-bats, but she had solid contact on those hits, or on those, you know, they were outs, but she had made solid contact. She was due.
41st RBI, 12th home run, and the Gamecocks tie it up on their 6th hit of the day, their first extra base hit. 2nd home run in as many days for Tori Ensley. Carly Shelton fouls off the first pitch. The second baseman for the Gamecocks, 2 for 2 today, a couple of singles. Third home run of the series for South Carolina, one in each game. Checks her swing at a pitch inside. Grounded. Oh, what a play by Perez. Takes a hit away from Carly Shelton. Shelton thought it was a foul ball. And will the Gamecocks appeal this? We'll see. Either way, it was some great glove work by Maya Perez.
That was fantastic. I couldn't tell from that angle.
In real time, it was hit so hard. Gamecocks have won their appeals, what, 4 times in this series. This one happened so fast, I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
But Perez showing she can do more than just hit home runs. She can do some glove work as well.
Yeah, and if that gets past her, that's easy. That might have been a triple.
Yep. 3 umpires discussing. I don't know if an official appeal has been made yet. And now they will review. For Ensley, by the way, that home run, 16th of her career. First 2 years at NC State, just 4 home runs. She's got a dozen this year. This is probably worth it to take another look for the Gamecocks.
The ruling on the field is a fair ball. The ruling on the field is a fair ball and an out at first. South Carolina is challenging that call. Actually, we're going to have an umpire review, not a challenge from South Carolina. So it's an umpire review. Players in the review.
So the umpire is calling for the review,
which means it won't count against a coach.
Now Coach Tricia Ford asking for clarification on that.
She's probably questioning why it's not a coach call.
It's hard to tell from the angle we get. Obviously, she lands in foul territory, but since the camera is not set right on the baseline, you can't really tell.
Correction in the field. This is not an umpire challenge.
Okay.
This is a South Carolina challenge because it is prior to the 6th inning. Play is still under review.
All right. There you go.
Okay, so the rule is after the 6th inning, umpires can decide to make the call. Prior to the 6th inning, if there's a challenge, it has to come from one of the coaches, which you only get 2 per game. So if this call stands, then South Carolina will lose a challenge.
Mm-hmm. Gamecocks did win an appeal earlier today.
Yeah, South Carolina has won all of the challenges so far. This one's going to be tough. Just, Birmingham has a few different angles than what we can see from my understanding, so they're going to have to piece this together.
And again, the initial call was fair ball and an out. Again, it's where she catches it, not where she lands.
That you have to think they're going to have to be looking at shadows.
Right.
After review, the call on the field has changed. It's a foul ball.
Okay. Gamecocks still perfect in their challenges this weekend.
South Carolina retains their challenges. 1 ball and 2 strikes on this batter.
All right, so still now nobody out and a 1-2 count on Carly Shelton, still alive for the moment.
Still a heck of a play.
Yep.
Because that could have gone either way. But now that is 5 challenges that have been overturned.
Shelton, as we told you, 2 for 2 with a couple of singles today.
You have to think for South Carolina, because it's gone to their favor each time, that's 5 plays that could have changed, you know, the situation, the outcome even. Who knows of the game.
Yeah,
so
the whole
thankful,
direction of the game. Yeah.
So thankful for video review.
I mean, at the end of the day, you want to get the call right.
Right.
You know, to be fair to the players on the field, and obviously in 2026 you have the technology to do that, especially at this level when you have more cameras.
Absolutely.
Payoff pitch to Carly Shelton. We'll have another one. Peters has thrown 89 pitches today. She threw 87 in Friday night's loss to the Gamecocks here. Hey, you can't hide. Cameras everywhere here. Hit in the air to right field. But Brazel is there. She almost overran it. Solid shot off the bat of Shelton, but it's the first out here in the 5th. Brings up the first baseman, Ari Rohde, still looking for her first hit of the series. 0 for 6 with a pair of walks in the series. 0 for 1 with a walk today. And now Coach Tricia Ford out of the A&M dugout. A couple of hard hit balls by the Gamecocks this inning. 1 for an out, 1 for the home run. And will we have our first call to the bullpen by either team in this series? Folks in the bullpen have been kind of bored out there.
Yeah. And Coach Ford, you know, she has trust in her pitchers, and you know, Peters is one of her aces, and so she's probably having a conversation with her, like, how are you feeling? What are you thinking? This is what I'm seeing. If you want to stay in the game, you need to.
Yeah. And she will indeed stay in the game. And Ari Rohde will bat. Misses low. Peters back to work. Falls behind 2-0. Now time as Kowalewski and Peters try to get together. There's a strike. Rohde, former state champion hockey player in Rhode Island. Two-one, misses inside. Good with the bat, good with the glove. A Rawlings Gold Glove Award winner last year for the Gamecocks.
And usually has a really nice eye. Last at bat she walked, and this one
doesn't walk here. Thought
yet.
she did.
Not yet.
She thought it was high, but full count here again. Payoff pitch to Ari Rohde. Fisted to the shortstop to Ment. She's got it. 2 away. Two outs, bases empty for the right fielder, Jamie McKay. Looking for her first hit of the series as well. She's 0 for 8, 0 for 2 today. A pop up to second and a ground out to second. Last time swung at the first pitch with the bases loaded on that ground out. Doesn't swing here, but takes a strike on the inner third.
Well, I'm really liking this comeback by Peters after starting the inning with the home run to tie the game. She's done a really nice job of locking in. Went full count, yeah, but she won the battle. And that's what it's about. It's you're going to give up some hits. You're going to give up runs. How do you respond?
That one hammered into the A&M bullpen, and it's quickly 0-2 on Jamie McKay. Change of pace just off the plate. McKay, as we've told you, played baseball in high school, both travel and for her high school. Wants to work in professional baseball. One-two, swing and a miss, strike three. Second strikeout of the day for Sydney Peters. But the Gamecocks tie it up. The solo home run to lead off the inning by Tori Ensley gets us square at 1 apiece. It was her 12th of the year and 2nd of the series. We're tied at 1 as we head to the 6th in Columbia. Another nail biter here in Columbia, but Cocky seems pretty relaxed with it. 1-1 here in the rubber match as we move to the 6th inning. Some great series this weekend, some great series next weekend. All these top 10 matchups in the SEC. As we said yesterday, that looks like a World Series field to me right there. Talked about the opponents for next week. South Carolina will be at Alabama. A&M gets Oklahoma. 8-9-1 due up for the Aggies here in the 6th. Paisley Allen, the left fielder, set to lead things off. As Jory Hurd is back in the circle. Deals a strike and we're underway. Allen in the 8th spot, 0 for 2. A grounder to short, a fly to right.
Yeah, now's the time. If you have not seen a lot of games yet this season, you start tuning in.
Oh, look at this. Another infield single. Pushed the bunt. Rhodey, who was charging on the play, just couldn't get to it. And the Aggies get the leadoff aboard once again. 4th time they've done that today.
Yeah, and this is something that South Carolina needs to be prepared for, and they are. They know this is coming. Rhodey's trying to cut the ball off from Jory Hurd, the pitcher. You know, with this defense on the field, there's a little bit more of a weaker spot in their defensive setup. It's the short game. South Carolina knows that. And so moving into the remainder of the season next weekend and headed into postseason play, they're going to have to figure out that defense a little bit better, because if not, these other teams are going to attack small ball.
Yep. 4th infield hit of the day for Texas A&M. They've done a good job of getting on base with the small ball. And it brings up Frankie Vrazel, who's reached twice today. Was hit by a pitch in the 2nd, singled through the right side in the 4th inning. We'll see if she's bunting here. She does have 3 sacrifice hits on the year. Gamecocks will bring the corners in. She squares and pushes it foul. Aggies looking to put the pressure on the defense again here. Squares again, misses outside. When you knew a batter was bunting, did you have a preferred pitch?
Yeah, and I think it speaks to what is the pitcher's strongest pitch. So for me, it was going to be a rise ball because I had really good spin on it.
That was bunted foul.
I had tight spin on it, so it was more likely going to be popped up.
By the way, that last play was not a hit. It was an error on Rhodey since she bobbled it. First error of the day for South Carolina. And first error of the series for the Gamecocks as well.
Yeah, but for each pitcher, it may be different. I would go with the pitch that has the most spin for them. It's harder to bunt that one.
Another 1-2 pitch to Frankie Vrazel. This is low. Good job of Vrazel to lay off.
Yeah, that was a sneaky little pitch. I like that call. Vrazel didn't bite though. Vrazel has been pesky. I think I've mentioned this before. She's been tough for South Carolina pitchers.
Spoils another one.
These are the hitters to me as a pitcher, even as a pitching coach. These are the ones that are the hardest to pitch to. I mean, you feel like you throw them everything.
The contact hitters.
Yes, and they're just putting something on it.
Swing and a miss. Strike three. Came in on the hands, and a big strikeout for Jory Hurd. It's her 5th of the game.
Yeah, I like this location. Hurd did a good job. Like we said, she mixed everything. She went up, she went out, she went off speed, and then sneaks that one by. Good location there.
Going to get a visit, and we might have our first pitching change of the weekend for either team with one out here in the 6th inning and a runner at first. It looks like the Gamecocks have made the call to the bullpen. Haven't had to do this all weekend long. First pitching change. And we will tell you about it when we come back. Our first call to the bullpen for either team this weekend, and it's yesterday's starter Emma Friedel, the junior, in the circle for the Gamecocks.
Yeah, I really like this move here. She's going to start for the 4th time through the lineup. Friedel yesterday had a career high, matching 9 strikeouts. She has a really tight rise ball, good changeup, just going to be a little bit different look.
Yeah, had her best performance in SEC play all season yesterday, as Megan mentioned. Tied her season high with 9 strikeouts. Went the distance in a 2-1 loss yesterday. 7 innings, allowed 2 runs on 6 hits, just 2 walks. And she'll be charged with keeping the Aggies where they are. They got a leadoff aboard on an error, then a strikeout by Jory Hurd. Now there's 1 out, and it's the top of the order. So we'll see if Friedel can put it together 2 days in a row. Had to be such a huge confidence boost for her last year. She had, or yesterday. She'd really struggled in SEC play this year. Pitched very well in the non-conference portion of the season. And you could tell yesterday was a big shot in the arm for her.
Well, and Coach Chastain Woodard had talked about earlier in the season, she, as a coach, should have given Friedel more leash, left her in longer in some of the games, and she did that yesterday. Even though Friedel took the loss, she had a really great game. She built evidence for herself that she can pitch in this league.
Kennedy Powell stands in. The third baseman takes a strike. Powell 1 for 3 today, an infield single in the second inning. That's in between a fly to right and a strikeout. Has 5 hits in the series. Gamecocks in at the corners. Shelton playing shallow at second as well. Foul tipped into the mitt, and quickly 0-2. Oh, 2 fouled off. We'll have another. Hit down the left field line, but foul. Key for Friedel yesterday as she was consistently hitting her spots to the left-handed hitters. It was really in on the hands, hitting the top corner of the plate, but nothing else.
Yeah, she was getting that call. Both pitchers were getting the call where, that pitch either side of the plate, it was just catching the front corner, and then, the catcher would catch it, and it looks like it was off the plate, but it wasn't. It was catching the front. I don't know that they're getting that call.
Gets a swing and a miss here. Second time Powell has gone down swinging. Obviously the first strikeout for Friedel, and a big second out here in the 6th.
Well, and this is why I think Friedel is so effective, is I think her rise ball jumps more than Jory Hurd's. Hurd's got some other things. She's got speed. She's got, the intensity. Now she has a good changeup. And Friedel's going to bring in this true rise ball that's got a lot of dance on it.
Kelsey Mathis, the center fielder, stands in. 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice last time in the 4th inning. Also a strikeout and a liner back to the pitcher. Runner is going, throw down to second, and she is out. Lexi Winters with a good tag by Carly Shelton, and the Gamecocks are out of the inning. Unless there's an appeal here, we'll wait and see. They get the lead off aboard. Allen, who has 5 stolen bases, tried to swipe here, and we might get our first challenge.
Yeah, I saw the head motion for the challenge.
You saw initially, Allen never got to the bag initially, and she comes up short on the pop-up, and then the tag with the foot on. Which happened first, the tag or the right foot getting on the bag?
Texas A&M is challenging the out call at second base. Play is under review.
Well, as we said, South Carolina's challenges are a perfect 4-0 in this series in overturning calls. Now it's A&M's turn to try to get a win, if you will.
Yeah, and so they're going to be looking to see, did the foot hit the bag before the tag was made, and is there indisputable evidence that it did that?
Because the initial call was out. I don't know if the pop-up slide coming up short was intentional by Allen, but it almost worked out for her. You get another look here.
I don't think it was intentional.
Yep. To me, it looks like she's got her. I don't see anything there that's going to say it's overturned, because, again, the initial call was out. So we'll wait and see what the folks in the booth say.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out.
There you go. So Allen gunned down trying to swipe
Texas
second
A&M
base.
has 1 remaining challenge.
Nothing doing for the Aggies in their half of the 6th. We're all square at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 6th in Columbia. the first 2 games, and now both teams have gone to the bullpen in the 6th inning of Game 3 as senior Taylor Pennell checks in the circle for Texas A&M.
Yeah, and I think Pennell, I would expect to see a lot of down in the zone, off speed. She's going to hit that mid to low 60s, so this is going to be quite a bit of a change from Peters, who was more up in the zone, high 60s.
Pennell in her first season at Texas A&M after 3 years at Missouri has 26 saves in her career, including in 2024. She tied the NCAA record while at Missouri with 15 saves. And she'll try to keep the Gamecocks where they are as we're tied at 1 apiece here in the 6th. 6, 7, and 8 do it for the Gamecocks. Freshman DP Kai Byers set to lead things off. 1 for 2 with a single up the middle in her last trip. Also lined out to third. First pitch from the lefty in there for a strike, and we're underway.
Yeah, first pitch, left-handed pitcher, and it's a changeup.
It's a lot of difference.
Yeah, whole lot of change.
Outside. She replaces Sydney Peters, who pitched very well again. 5 innings, 1 run, 6 hits, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit batter. Off the plate again. This is low. Gamecocks have had the leadoff aboard every inning except the 2nd. And still just 1 run to show for it. And that was the home run to lead off last inning by Tori Ensley.
Which, again, we go back to all of the runs that South Carolina has scored have come from home runs.
Yep. And they'll get the leadoff aboard here to start the 6th. Well, a couple innings ago, we were in this exact same spot when Byers had a leadoff single. And they asked Natalie Heath to bunt, and she popped up the bunt and was caught by the catcher. Will they ask her to bunt again? Potential go-ahead run at first with nobody out here in the 6th. Gamecocks don't bunt a lot. Only 12 sacrifice hits on the season. That's 8th in the SEC. And as we told you, Heath tried a sack last time and popped it up. Not squaring. Catcher Kowalewski just put her palms up. I think she thought it was a strike. Wasn't sure where it was.
Yeah, it can be frustrating.
That one's up high. Heath has not shown bunt in either pitch here. There's a strike. Natalie Heath, 3-run home run in the first game of the series to help the Gamecocks win it 3-1. Now she's squaring, gets a good bunt down. Pennell throws to first, but job executed that time by Natalie Heath to get the go-ahead run in scoring position. Her first sacrifice of the season.
Well, and what a good comeback by Heath. Didn't get the job done when they needed it last time, and then does it this time.
So go-ahead run at second with 1 out for Lexi Winters, the Carolina catcher. 0 for 2 today, reached in her last trip on a fielder's choice. Also grounded out to third to end the 2nd inning. Bottom part of the order here. Winters hitting in the 8th spot. Checked her swing and she went around. Ball and a strike for Winnie, one of the team captains.
Pennell's change of speed is pretty tough.
Grounded foul up the third baseline, and now Pennell way ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And you see she's throwing her off speed almost, you know, every other pitch more frequently than she's throwing her speed.
Pennell, her last outing last Sunday against Mississippi State, did not have a good outing. An inning and a third. Did not allow a run. No hits, 1 strikeout, but 3 walks and 2 hit by pitches in an inning and a third. Somehow got off the hook.
Yeah, and you can see, even just kind of looking at her stat line, but honestly, if she could learn how to be more consistent around the strike zone, she would be just lethal tool.
Well, obviously she was very good coming out of the bullpen in her career at Missouri with those 15 saves in 1 season.
Yeah.
Something about the late innings and different looks was very effective.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Coming behind the Sydneys that A&M has, both of them, and then throwing Pennell in, it's a good idea.
This hit in the air to right field and caught by the right fielder, Brazel. That was hit on the screws by Winters, but it stayed up for the second out. So now we'll take a 2-out hit to get the go-ahead run across, and it brings up the 9-hole hitter. Gamecocks are going to go to their bench and get a pinch hitter for Shea Anderson here. And it'll be Tate Davis, the sophomore, a transfer from Ole Miss, who was the starting third baseman the first half of the season. Was a pinch hitter yesterday. And was hit by a pitch in her lone plate appearance. Davis, some pop on the bat, 4 home runs, 9 doubles, hitting .277 on the year. Takes one down low. Good stop by Kowalewski.
Yeah, for Davis, patience. Pennell kind of struggles finding strikes. She's already off speed.
There's a strike.
Yeah, make her throw a strike, see it.
Same pitch, same result. Ball and 2 strikes. Pennell trying to put out the fire here. 2 outs. Runner at second here in the bottom of the 6th. Tie game. Rubber match of a 3-game series. Too high. Two, up high. Big spot in the game here.
Yeah, I like the patience by Davis.
Payoff pitch from Pennell. Got her swinging. Gets the punch out there to put out the fire, and the Gamecocks leave the go-ahead runner stranded at second base as Taylor Pennell gets the strikeout of Tate Davis. We're still tied at 1 as we head to the 7th. The 7th inning, tied at 1 between the Gamecocks and the Aggies here in the rubber match of this 3-game series. 2, 3, and 4 due up for Texas A&M against Emma Friedel, who came in last inning and got the final 2 outs, or actually got the final out, and then the second out on a caught stealing. Kelsey Mathis set to lead things off for the Aggies. The center fielder 0 for 3 today. A strikeout, a line out back to the pitcher. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th inning. Was standing at the plate last inning when Allen was gunned down trying to swipe second. Gamecocks come in at the corners for her as Emma Friedel goes to work. First pitch inside for ball 1.
And I think on both sides, it just speaks to just how solid the pitching and the defense has been. I mean, both teams have had runners on, bases loaded multiple times, and the defense and the pitching has really come through.
Yeah, the pitching has been there all weekend for both of these teams. Too far in. Friedel, as we told you yesterday, the losing pitcher went the distance but pitched very well, tying her season high with 9 strikeouts. Grounded off the glove of Heath, finds it, makes the play. Wow, I think that hit her in the chin as well. Way to stay with it, Natalie Heath.
I'm only laughing because the look on her face was a hard hit ball.
Yeah, it gets on you quick there, doesn't it?
It does. That's why they call it the hot corner. And she just kind of was like, oh, there it is. Boop.
Well, especially when you're playing softball depth at third like she was, where you're not just playing,
back.
But you're not just playing 60 feet. She's playing about 45 feet from the hitter, and that gets on you.
Yeah, it did. It popped her in the face.
Might have a little fat lip going here, but hopefully all the chiclets are still in there.
I'm really kind of surprised she's not wearing a mouth guard. You're starting to see some players over there wearing, just the ones that you put in your mouth.
Athletic trainer over there to make sure she's all right. That'll rattle some fillings.
That'll be a story to tell. Remember when I got popped in the face?
Of course, when you played and pitched, you had a lot of comebackers at you, but they didn't even have the masks back then, did they? No.
No.
Yep. Well, here we go. Maya Perez at the plate now. 1 out, bases empty. Perez has reached 3 times today without a hit. Been hit by a pitch twice and walked intentionally. The second time she was hit in the 2nd inning, it was with the bases loaded to drive in the Aggies' lone run. 17 home runs, 50 runs batted in on the season for Perez, who has now reached in 52 consecutive games, and they are going to intentionally walk her again with 1 out and let somebody else beat you.
That's right. It's been the name of the game for Perez pretty much this entire series. And when you have hitters like this, I was never this hitter. But I can only imagine you're constantly either getting walked, getting hit, or not seeing good pitches. And so it can become frustrating. And so for Perez to just be patient, stay ready, because at some point somebody will pitch to her and they'll make a mistake. They'll give her that good pitch to hit. You've got to just still approach it. Even in this situation, you can see she's waiting for Friedel to make a mistake and bring one over the plate.
Yeah, and I don't think in the other intentional walk or the other 2 hit by pitches, they have not pinch run for her yet, so they can get some wheels out of the dugout, I believe, to put on first base for her with the potential go-ahead run with just 1 out, and that's what the Aggies are going to do here. Going to be Haley Golden, a junior from Pearland, Texas, who was in as a pinch runner yesterday as well. So runner at first with 1 down. As we said, you intentionally walked the big home run hitter to get to the cleanup hitter, who's hitting .390.
And who has been pesky.
Yep. Ariel Kowalewski hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. Flied out to right center in the second and grounded out to first to end the fourth. Another tough lefty bat. Gamecocks come in at the corners. Kowalewski's another one that really crowds the plate. We saw that in the first inning when she was hit by a pitch, when it appeared to us anyway that the elbow was out over the plate.
Yeah, so you've got to finesse on that inside corner, which is, you know, where they keep pitching her. So it's got to be the scout that they have. They see a weakness on that inside corner.
I remember in the second inning, they initially said she was hit by a pitch a second time, then they reviewed it and said no, she actually wasn't, had to come back and swing the bat. Sends that one to left field. Quincy Lelio was playing deep and snares it for out number 2. So now 2 outs in the Aggies' 7th, and it brings up the shortstop KK DeMint. Walked in the first, had an infield single to lead off the third, popped to second. Golden at first with 2 outs. She is 5 for 5 stealing bases this year. Pitch inside. Remember, the Aggies tried to swipe second last inning, but Allen was gunned down. Chop to Heath at third. She'll go the long way across the diamond in time. And that'll end the frame. Still tied at 1. Gamecocks will try to walk it off when we come back. Bottom of the 7th, rubber game of a 3-game series. A couple of top 25 teams. Been a pitcher's duel all weekend, and here we go again. 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Gamecocks will have the top of the order up against Taylor Pinnell, who's in her 2nd inning of relief work. Quincy Lelio set to lead things off for the Gamecocks. The Carolina left fielder 2 for 3 with a couple of singles today. Flied out to center in her last trip.
This will be the first time Lelio has faced Pinnell.
Pinnell, the Missouri transfer, the lefty. One run, 4 hits, no errors for the Aggies. 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for the Gamecocks today. It was a 3-1 Carolina victory on Friday. A 3-run home run in the 2nd inning by Natalie Heath was the difference. Yesterday, Texas A&M wins it 2-1. Runs have come at a premium. Michaela Wark with the go-ahead game-winning home run yesterday for Texas A&M. 2-0 to Lelio down low. Up high. Lelio coaxes a walk to lead off the 7th. Second walk allowed by Pinnell, and the Gamecocks have the potential winning run at first here to lead off the 7th. And brings up Tori Ensley, who accounted for the Gamecocks' lone run today with a home run to center field. It was her second home run in as many days. But you got to feel like, yeah, I don't know if she's gonna get a chance to swing for the fences here. But she has been your best hitter in this series.
And even on her outs, she has been making solid contact. Looks like we're going to have a pitching change.
Yep, that's going to be it for Pinnell. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back. A situation here in the bottom of the 7th. Sparks takes to the circle. She'll try to put out the fire for the Gamecocks here in the 7th. Third pitcher of the day for Texas A&M, making her first appearance of this series. You see her numbers on the season has been pretty good. Sparks, last outing last Sunday against Mississippi State, got roughed up a little bit though. 2/3 of an inning, gave up 6 earned runs on 4 hits. Played her first 2 years at Ole Miss. In her second season at Texas A&M was 8-1 a year ago for the Aggies.
Yeah, I think, again, just looking to stay down in the zone and to throw strikes. I think Pinnell could have been good, but she just wasn't able to find the zone. Her pitches were getting kind of wild there.
Yeah, can't close the book on Taylor Pinnell yet, as the leadoff runner who walked, Quincy Lelio, at first would be charged to her. Pinnell through 1+ innings. No runs yet, no hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. And now Grace Sparks will try to send it to extras. Tori Ensley at the plate, as we told you. She's been the Gamecocks' hottest hitter in this series. 4 for 8 with 2 home runs, including one today that tied the game in the 5th inning. What do you do with her here?
I don't know. You kind of have to think, is Sparks going to be a big enough change and you pitch to her, which it looks like they are?
Fastball misses in. Ensley, by the way, does have 1 sacrifice hit on the year. Was clearly not squaring there. Leading the Gamecocks with 12 home runs. Potential winning run at first base. There's a strike on the inner third. Some good heat by Sparks.
For A&M, they really need their defense to step up. No outs.
In a step at the corners. The 1-1 to Ensley. Off the plate there. You saw Kowaleski hold it there for an extra second, trying to get the call, but that dog won't hunt. Down low. Three balls, 1 strike to Tori Ensley. Down low, she walked her. Back-to-back walks put him at first and second. Most important, the potential game-winning run at second base with nobody out for the Gamecocks here. And it brings up Carly Shelton, the second baseman.
Shelton has also been making solid contact. So for South Carolina, this is exactly where they want to be in their lineup.
Yep, nobody out for Shelton, who's 2 for 3 today. A couple of singles in the first and third inning, fly to right in the fifth inning. Gamecocks trying to win their second consecutive SEC series and first at home. So here we go. Pitch from Sparks outside. I think if you're Shelton, you can be a little patient here after seeing Sparks walk Ensley.
Absolutely. Make Sparks throw a strike, make her work, puts more pressure on her. She's having a hard time finding the zone.
Fastball down the middle. One to Carly Shelton. Squares, gets a bunt down. Sparks only play to first. It goes off the runner. Lelio around third. She will score, and the Gamecocks walk it off. South Carolina takes 2 out of 3 from Texas A&M. Their second straight SEC series win.
Yeah, that's definitely not what you would expect. Looks like we may have a review on the play.
They want to make sure Shelton wasn't out of the baseline, I'm assuming. She did indeed.
Well
touch
played.
first.
She's in fair there. Can't tell. I saw chalk.
Yep. Well, pitching and reviews have been part of this series. And we will get a review here, so hold off the full-fledged celebration.
The ruling on the field was there was no batter-runner lane interference. Texas A&M is challenging that ruling.
Well, you absolutely have to anyway, right? Otherwise the game's over, so I don't blame you for trying. When I saw it live, that never crossed my mind, but we'll see.
This is why you have the challenges and you use them. And for as many as we've seen overturned, I mean.
How about that, though? The Shelton bunting with nobody out to try to get 2 into scoring position. Since there was nobody out, and the throw goes into the runner and allows Lelio to come around to score. If it holds, the Gamecocks will take 2 out of 3 from number 10, Texas A&M. I think both teams know what the call is going to be as they're both out of their dugouts lining up for a handshake.
After review, there is no runner's violation. Safe at first.
Gamecocks win. They take 2 out of 3 from number 10, Texas A&M. Big momentum boost for South Carolina. And a wild finish, but you got to love the pitching from both teams this weekend.
Yeah, both teams did fantastic defensively in the circle, all the things. It was just one of these situations where South Carolina is starting to play their best. They're starting to fight for it, and, you know, they managed to pull this one out.
Well, our last time working together this year. Can't wait to do it again next year.
Yes.
All right, that's going to do it from Columbia. For our producer, Jessica Hinkle, for Dr. Megan Matthews Bunting, on Brad Muller saying so long from Columbia.